1. An Illinois notary instructor is designing a training session for new notaries. To apply adult learning principles, the instructor should primarily focus on A. Delivering detailed lectures without interruptions. B. Encouraging learners to connect content with prior experiences. C. Limiting interaction to avoid confusion. D. Relying exclusively on memorization drills. 2. When evaluating whether a notary trainee can properly complete an acknowledgement, the most appropriate evaluation method is A. Multiple choice testing. E. Peer review of legal statutes. C. Demonstration of the procedure in a simulated setting. D. Group discussion about theory. 3. A notary training curriculum in Illinois must comply with state statutes. Which of the following best ensures regulatory compliance in curriculum development? A. Reviewing Illinois Notary Public Act requirements regularly. B. Allowing trainers to modify content freely. C. Using only generic notary training materials. D. Relying solely on past editions of state manuals. 4. During a mentoring session, a seasoned Illinois notary helps a trainee reflect on an error in journal recording. Which mentoring technique is most effective? A. Correcting the mistake without explanation. B. Asking guiding questions to promote self-discovery. C. Providing unrelated case examples. D. Ignoring the error to build confidence. 5. An Illinois notary instructor develops a case study exercise. What principle of adult learning is most demonstrated? A. Passive listening. B. Abstract theorizing. C. Experiential learning. D. Strict memorization. 6. To measure knowledge retention in notary trainees, the instructor should A. Assign written reflection essays only. B. Administer both formative and summative assessments. C. Limit testing to a final exam. Avoid formal testing altogether. 7. Which communication technique most enhances understanding when teaching Illinois notarial procedures? A. Using technical jargon consistently. B. Presenting content without visual aids. C. Adjusting delivery based on learner feedback. E. Speaking quickly to cover more material. 8. A curriculum for Illinois notary education must include which essential element to remain legally valid? A. A section on personal opinions of instructors. B. Instruction on duties and prohibited acts under state law. C. Information about unrelated legal professions. D. Historical background of notarization in Europe. 9. If a trainee struggles with ethical decision-making, which mentoring approach is most beneficial? A. Role modeling appropriate ethical behavior. Avoiding discussions of ethics. C. Assigning additional memorization tasks. D. Directing them to external resources only. 10. An evaluation tool for Illinois notary trainees should be designed to measure A. Only theoretical knowledge. B. Both knowledge and application of notary duties. C. Instructor popularity. D. Learner's ability to recall unrelated case law. 11. An Illinois notary trainer must adjust lessons for adult learners who have diverse learning styles. Which practice is most effective? A. Repeating the same lecture multiple times. B. Incorporating visual, auditory, and hands-on activities. C. Avoiding interactive methods to save time. D. Encouraging learners to study alone only. 12. Regulatory compliance in Illinois requires that notaries A. Maintain accurate and complete journals. B. Create personal variations of certificate wording. C. Perform notarizations in foreign jurisdictions. D. Charge fees above the statutory maximum. 13. When a mentor demonstrates proper notary journal entry procedures and then observes the mentee replicate them, This reflects A. Abstract conceptualization. E. Guided practice. C. Passive instruction. D. Memorization testing. 14. A curriculum designer for notary training ensures that learning objectives are measurable. This follows best practices in A. Adult learning principles. B. State law enforcement. C. Instructor credentialing. D. Community outreach. 15. In Illinois, communication with limited English proficient signers during notarization requires A. The use of a qualified interpreter if needed. B. Asking the signer to proceed without translation. C. Relying on gestures and assumptions. D. Denying the notarization automatically. 16. Which mentoring method best supports long-term professional growth for new notaries? A. Providing immediate corrections only. B. Encouraging reflective practice and self-assessment. C. Offering information without feedback. D. Assigning tasks without review. 17. To evaluate whether trainees can properly identify acceptable forms of identification, an instructor should A. Use role-playing exercises. B. Assign additional reading only. C. Provide lengthy lectures without examples. D. Limit discussion to historical documents. 18. When integrating communication skills into notary training, instructors should emphasize a clear explanation of legal limitations. E. Aggressive persuasion to gain compliance. C. Avoidance of questions during training. D. Rapid delivery of information. 19. A notary instructor develops an assessment that measures learners' ability to prevent fraud during notarization. This reflects A. Summative evaluation of compliance knowledge. B. Assessment of instructor effectiveness. C. Review of historical practices. D. Learner satisfaction survey. 20. To ensure mentoring effectiveness, experienced notaries should A. Provide constructive feedback and encourage problem solving. B. Focus only on correcting legal terminology. C. Avoid follow-up with mentees. D. Limit feedback to general praise. 21. An Illinois notary curriculum is evaluated and updated annually. This practice supports A. Regulatory compliance and relevance. B. Outdated procedures. C. Random instructor preference. D. Learner memorization only. 22. Which communication approach is most effective when training notaries about prohibited acts? A. Providing real-world scenarios of violations. Avoiding discussion of penalties. C. Focusing on memorization of statutes only. D. Minimizing discussion to reduce anxiety. 23. When mentoring a new notary, the mentor encourages the mentee to set personal goals for ethical practice. This applies A. Directive teaching. B. Goal-oriented mentoring. C. Strict supervision without input. D. Passive observation. 24. Adult learners in a notary training session prefer A. Content that is relevant and applicable to real tasks. B. Information without context. C. Highly theoretical material only. D. Memorization of unrelated statutes. 25. An Illinois notary instructor evaluating a course's effectiveness should primarily use A. Learner performance data and feedback. B. Personal preference alone. C. Historical curriculum versions. D. Informal instructor reflection only. 26. An Illinois notary trainer wants to ensure learners retain knowledge of prohibited acts. Which instructional method is most effective? A. Requiring learners to memorize statutes without context. B. Presenting real-life case studies of violations. C. Avoiding discussion of penalties to reduce stress. D. Assigning only textbook readings. 27. During an evaluation, a trainee demonstrates proper identification verification but struggles with journal documentation. Which feedback technique best supports improvement? A. Providing immediate constructive guidance on journal entries. B. Ignoring the error to preserve confidence. C. Assigning additional reading without practice. D. Repeating the identification steps only. Illinois Notary Test. The Illinois Notary Test is a state-administered examination designed to evaluate an applicant's knowledge, skills, and ethical understanding necessary to serve as a commissioned notary public in Illinois. The test assesses proficiency in key areas such as state laws and regulations governing notarial acts, proper procedures for acknowledgments, jurats, and affidavits, as well as record-keeping and fee structures. It emphasizes the notary's responsibility in preventing fraud, ensuring signer identity, and maintaining impartiality. The exam also measures the candidate's ability to apply adult learning principles, communication strategies, and ethical decision-making in practical scenarios. By requiring notaries to demonstrate both legal compliance and professional competence, the Illinois Notary Test helps ensure integrity, accountability, and public trust in notarial services. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses IL Notary Exam. 1. The Illinois Notary Test ensures applicants demonstrate thorough knowledge of state laws, ethical responsibilities, and compliance requirements, thereby safeguarding the public against fraud and misconduct. 2. It provides a standardized way to evaluate competence, ensuring that only qualified individuals receive a notary commission. 3. The test promotes accountability and professional growth by reinforcing best practices in communication, impartiality, and accurate documentation. Through its focus on legal and ethical standards, the exam strengthens public confidence in notarial acts while supporting consistency across the state. 4. The Illinois Notary Test also serves as an educational tool by encouraging applicants to deepen their understanding of adult learning, mentoring, and regulatory compliance, skills that are transferable to broader professional roles. 5. Furthermore, the test establishes a benchmark of excellence that helps elevate the reputation of notaries, ensuring they are trusted resources in legal, financial, and community settings.